Hey, so I am Angie Grant, human design specialist and EFT practitioner. I've been recording these videos here for Don't Make Me Tap Again for, I don't know, maybe a couple months now. Either way. And I thought I'd try to go live. So we'll see how this goes. But so today it's October 25th, and we're moving into a new energy today. We're moving into the energy of gate 28. And Gate 28, depending on which human design specialist you follow, but Gate 28 is all about the challenge and the adventure. And so when I think about this as a parent, here's what I think. I think that oftentimes we can get so caught up in feeling like every day is a challenge. I know in my parenting relationship, I felt like every day was an uphill battle. Like nothing I was going to do was ever going to work. I felt like a failure. But Gate 28 teaches us to take a step back, to even suspend time, and to be able to look through a different lens. It teaches us to be able to look at what seems like a challenge, what seems like a battle, and to look at it as an adventure that we get to be on. We get to parent our kids. We I guess technically don't have to. I've met plenty of parents or have heard plenty of stories of situations where parents aren't parenting their kids, but you get to. And so here's my invitation for you today is how can you in the midst of the ugliest of the ugly things that are happening in your life where maybe the kids are blowing up at you or you found out they did something sneaky that just really makes you angry or maybe you got your fourth call from school this week and you're just at your wits end. I really invite you to tap into the higher energy of gate 28 and to really suspend time, to pause so that you're not reacting to your kiddo, because that's what we do, right? As parents, we get stuck in these loops of reacting over and over and over again. And I really want to encourage you to tap into this energy that we're all feeling right now. It doesn't matter if it's in your chart. That's not what the background frequency is about. The background frequency is that for this short period of time, we all get to tap in to this energy. But it can be easy for us to get stuck in the low frequency, right? It's all a choice. We get to decide if we're going to tap into the lower frequency or the higher frequency. So that's my invitation for you is what can you do today that helps you to tap into that higher frequency? Now, of course, if you're watching this replay later on, we've moved out of this energy, that's okay. All 64 gates are part of our design. It's just not necessarily part of your active lesson plan. Gate 28 isn't part of my lesson plan either, but I can tell you as a mom that I have come up against this time and time and time again. And perhaps it's because gate 28 is highlighted in my kids' charts or in my partner's charts or in other relationships that I've had. And perhaps that's part of my story. But the point being that we all get to experience this energy. Right now, it's highlighted. We're all feeling it a little bit more. So if you're feeling a little bit more challenge, a little bit more struggle, well, maybe this is why. So I want to share with you the way that my one of my mentors highlights the energy of this gate. I just love the way that she words it. So her name is Dr. Karen Curry Parker, and she says the challenge of gate 28 is to not let struggle and challenge leave you feeling defeated and despairing. It's to learn to face life as an adventure, to not let challenge and struggle cause you to feel as if you failed. And I think that's our goal as parents. We don't want to feel like we're failing. We want to feel like we're thriving because when we're thriving, so are our kids. So I was thinking that I'd like to do a bit of an EFT sequence around this energy right here because we're all feeling it. We all get stuck in it. So that's where I want to go with this today. So what I'm thinking that I would like to tap on is that the concept that everything feels kind of hard right now. In society right now, a lot of things do feel really hard. They feel chaotic. They feel challenging. So let's start by tapping on that, and we'll see what that brings up. I encourage you before we go through this tapping sequence to really check in with your body to notice what's going on inside of you. How are you feeling about getting in struggles with your kiddos? Does it cause tension in your gut, in your shoulders, maybe a knot in your throat when you're thinking about, that next thing that comes up or the last thing that happened? Really check in with yourself and notice how you feel and how it feels in your body. And then let's go through a tapping sequence together. All right. So all you have to do is copy my actions, copy my words. So here we go. So even though it feels really hard with my kids right now, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though it feels really hard with my kids right now, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though it feels really, really hard with my kids right now, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Then stop tapping, take a deep breath, and then on the top of your head, it feels really hard right now. Inside your eyebrow, it feels really hard with my kids. On your temple, everything feels like a struggle. Under your eye, it feels really, really hard with my kids right now. Under your nose, it feels like such a big struggle, like I can't move forward. On your chin, it feels really hard with my kids right now. On your collarbone, it feels like a struggle with my kids right now. And then the last one under your arm, it feels like a struggle with my kids right now. And then take a deep breath. And I just want you to notice, did anything come up when we went through that tapping sequence? Did you feel any energy moving or releasing from your body? Sometimes some of us will yawn excessively when we're tapping, or we might even feel a little bit of a burp come up, or we might feel warm sensation maybe move from our belly through our chest into our throat. I've had some people who will feel like a tightness right between their shoulder blades as we get through part of that sequence. So just notice what came up for you. The other thing that might have come up for you as we were going through that tapping sequence is thoughts. As we were tapping through those things, did specific thoughts about struggles with your kids come up? That's also something to notice too. When I work with my clients one on one, we take what shows up for you and then we build that into our next tapping sequence that we go through to really start to release that energy that our bodies are holding on to. That's what I love about EFT. I find it so incredibly powerful. Whatever we're struggling with, I find it to be this beautiful tool to just let things go so that we can create space to move forward. I also wanted to point out it comes up every week. I host a larger class with about 50 to 60 people where we're doing tapping. And I often forget to point out to them that when we first start going through tapping, that oftentimes our current thoughts, the things that we're thinking, are where I often start with tapping. I often get pushback, right? Because the group that I work with, they're working so hard on building affirmations into their daily routines and really changing the way that they think about things. But at the end of the day, when we haven't yet made that leap, we haven't yet made that change, it's important. I find it important for us to tap on what you're actually thinking. So while you're trying to convince your mind that I really wish I didn't have struggles with my kids, I really wish that I didn't feel so frustrated around them, right? That wishing is great, but it's going to continue to be a wish until you free up space in your mind and in your heart for that wish. Because currently, that space in your mind and your heart is totally filled up with your current situation, which is feeling frustrated, feeling like you're stuck in this uphill battle. So, by releasing that energy related to that uphill battle, that struggle, that despair, by opening up that space, you make room for that affirmation that you've been working so hard to try to believe. But until we free up that space, it's kind of like, uh, yeah, trying to, I don't know, add more coffee to your cup that's already full. So, anyways, I do want to show you something called a choice point statement. It's something that I do at the end. I know we're not quite there yet because we just did that one tapping sequence, and I don't know about you, but I actually feel a lot of yawns coming on right now, which tells me I'm well rested. But they keep coming up, which tells me my body's trying to release energy related to what we just tapped on. My body's holding on to feeling that uphill battle because of something happening in my life right now, and that's okay. EFT is going to help me get rid of that. So, here's actually what I wanna do before we do a choice point statement, is that we're gonna do a still setup phrase. So all you have to do again is to follow along, and we'll see if we can move some of that energy, because if I'm feeling it, I'm guessing that maybe you might be feeling it too. So let's do this together. All right. So even though I'm still feeling like I'm struggling with my kids, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I still feel like I'm struggling with my kids, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I still feel like I'm struggling with my kids, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Stop tapping, take that deep breath. All right, let's tap again. I still feel like I'm struggling. Inside the eyebrow. I still feel like I'm struggling with my kids. In the temple. I still feel like I'm struggling. Under the eye. I feel like it's an uphill battle sometimes. Under the nose. I'm still holding on to that struggle with my kids. On your chin. And I feel like it's such a challenge. My collarbone. I still feel like I'm struggling with my kids. Under the arm. And I can't seem to let that out of my body. And stop tapping. Take that other deep breath. How are you feeling now? I know I'm feeling a little bit more at peace. I'm not feeling like I'm trying to hold back my yawns quite so much. Maybe there's another one in there. We'll see if we get that one out during our choice point statement. But I do find that using that still statement is a great way if what you tapped on the first time, it started to move things, but you're still a little stuck. Really essentially repeat what you started with, but add still, because really that's your reality. It's still there a little bit. So now I want to do a choice point statement. And in our choice point statement, we state the problem that we started with and what we want to choose. So again, all you have to do is tap along with me. So even though in the past I was feeling real challenges with my kids, I now choose to see the adventure in the challenge, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though in the past I was really struggling with the challenge with my kids, I now choose to see the adventure in the struggle, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though in the past I was really struggling in the challenge with my kids, I now choose to see the adventure in the struggle, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Stop tapping, take a deep breath. All right, top of the head. I choose to see the adventure. Inside the eyebrow. I can even enjoy the adventure. On the temple. And I can glean powerful lessons from these challenges. Under the eye. I look forward to the challenges to see what comes next. Under the nose. I look forward to the adventure. On your chin. I choose adventure over struggle. On the collarbone. I see the struggle as an adventure. under the arm, and I get to choose the adventure. So stop tapping. Take another deep breath. All right. I hope that you are feeling the same level of peace that I am feeling right now. I think that this was just so relevant to where we are today in society, in the struggles that we're feeling. So I encourage you to put this one on repeat, go back and watch it again, tap along. It works best if you also do the tapping and say the words. If you need to shift up the words a little bit, that's fine too. But I really encourage you to start with the even though and end it with the I deeply and completely love and accept myself. It's an important part of the basic recipe of EFT. And if you're feeling stuck, like you don't know where to go next, or it's not quite working, book a session. This is what I love doing. I love helping parents to let go of that old junk that is not serving you in your parenting relationship anymore. You deserve to feel peace. You deserve to feel amazing. And EFT can really help with that. And your kids deserve it too, right? They deserve the best, the very best version of you. So that's all. Thanks for hanging out. And I'd love your feedback. So let's chat soon.